Disney is being sued for $10 billion. I'm not joking. I am not joking. It is being sued for $10 million because it's claiming, well, it is being claimed that a writer, effectively Disney stole from the writer. Moana 2 and Moana were a big rip-off of this writer's script. I mean, Jesus. It's pretty crazy. I can't believe this. I saw this. I was like, sorry, what? Why is this not bigger news? Why has no one else reported on this? Like, where is it? I mean, look, it may go to nothing, but it's still comical as hell. $10 billion! Which, coincidentally, is only 2.5% of what Moana has earned, apparently. According to the lawsuit, anyway. So, we're going to take a look at this. Please do hit subscribe if you're new here, or indeed if you are a returning viewer. It really does help the channel out. I can see a lot of people keep coming back to the channel that are not yet subscribed, and I know I've said it a few times now, but I can't stress it enough. Like, it genuinely helps the channel out. It's very, very, very important. So if you could, it'd be great. If not, don't worry about it, but thank you in advance. So yeah, here you have it. The Hollywood Reporter. Moana 2 sparks copyright lawsuit as animator revives idea theft claims. Now, the reason why it's claiming Moana 2, it's all to do with Moana 2. It's not. It was to do with Moana 1, but when the lawsuit was filed initially, because he's done this once before, the time period had lapsed, basically. Subsequently, though, Moana 2 releasing means that it's now live and can be actioned, and he can move forward with another lawsuit. So it is interesting. And I will say this, I do wonder whether there was any... I do wonder whether Disney looking to put Moana 2 as a series on Disney Plus, which was initially what they wanted to do, remember, whether that's anything to do with this as well, right? It could be. I do wonder if it's something to do with that. I'm just guessing here. I don't know the ins and outs of how these things would work, but it's interesting nonetheless. Let's take a look, right? So, with a little more than a week left before Academy Award nominations are set to be announced, Disney has been sued for allegedly copying the idea of Moana and its sequel. So animator Buck Woodall, in a lawsuit filed on Friday in California federal court, claims Disney ripped off elements of a screenplay he wrote for an animated film called Bucky. Both works, which are set against the backdrop of an ancient Polynesian village, follow teenagers who defy their parents by embarking on dangerous voyages to save their homes, whilst encountering spirits manifested as animals along the way. Does sound an awful lot alike, doesn't it? And it's not like Disney doesn't have a history of doing stuff like this. It's not really like, what is it? Is it Kimber? Is it Kimber they ripped off for The Lion King? Something like that. Anyway, they have a history of doing these things, so yeah. Anyway, the filing of Friday's lawsuit follows a court ruling in November that Disney doesn't have to face an identical copyright lawsuit brought by Woodall over Moana because he sued too late. Aha. But the release of Moana 2 has now allowed him to initiate further legal action. I swear that's why they were going to release this on Disney. I swear. Anyway, in that case, the court found that a jury should decide whether the works at issue... Oh, it's going to jury! Wow. Well, it may go to jury. In the initial case, the court found that a jury should decide whether the works at issue are substantially similar if the statute of limitations had not passed. It also concluded that an individual at Disney Animation TV may have seen copyrighted materials for Bucky prior to the beginning of development for Moana, which was released in 2016. It says here, there is a disputed issue of genuine fact regarding substantial similarity and striking similarity between the parties' works, wrote US District Judge Consuela Marshall in the order. I mean, this is so fun. This is amazing. Moana 2, which may garner an Academy Award nomination for Best Animated Feature, debuted to $224.2 million at the box office, smashing numerous records on its way to the biggest 5-day opening in history. The original grossed at least $687 million worldwide. Disney didn't immediately respond to requests for comment. But here's the interesting thing. So here's the backstory. Are you enthralled yet? This stuff cracks me up so much. But anyway, starting in 2003, Woodall says he provided the screenplay and a trailer for Bucky to former Mandeville Films Director of Development Jenny Marchick, now DreamWorks Animation Head of Development for Features. She allegedly asked about providing further materials, including character designs, production plans, and storyboards, by assuring him she could greenlight the film. At the time, Mandeville had a first look deal with Disney and had offices on its facilities in Burbank, according to the complaint. That's easily proved or disproved. The lawsuit points to similarities between Moana and Bucky. One example: both celebrate a recurring theme of the Polynesian belief in spiritual ancestors manifested as animals. Other similarities include the protagonist's journey, starting with a turtle, a plot involving a symbolic necklace, a main character who encounters a demigod adorned with a giant hook and tattoos, and a giant creature that's concealed within a mountain. I mean, there's a lot of similarities. Disney's Moana was produced in the wake of Woodall's delivery to the defendants of virtually all constituent parts necessary for its development and production after more than 17 years of inspiration and work on his animated film project, states the complaint. Also at issue are alleged overlaps between Bucky and Moana 2. Both works, for instance, feature a protagonist searching for an ancient island and undertaking a mission to break a curse. There's more than that, actually. I've seen some other comparisons to this. So the lawsuit adds, Moana and her crew are sucked into a perilous whirlpool-like oceanic portal. Another dramatic and unique device imagery found in plaintiff's materials that could not possibly have been developed by chance or without malicious intentions. There does seem to be a lot of comparisons. There's even overlap and similarities with the creatures, the pig and something, and another creature. The creatures that follow Moana, basically, they're exactly the same. Like, come on now, Disney. So Woodall seeks damages equivalent to 2.5% of Moana's gross revenue, or $10 billion. Can you imagine if they have to do that? Oh, so funny. As well as a court order barring further infringement of his copyrights. You know what he would do then, don't you? He would sell it to Disney for a lot of money and back-end payments. I bet you he would. On summary judgment in the other lawsuit brought by Woodall, Disney contested allegations that the works are similar. How? And that one involved in the creation of Moana, and that no one, involved in the creation of Moana saw Woodall's materials. Moana was not inspired by or based in any way on Woodall or his Bucky project, which I learned of for the first time after this lawsuit was filed, wrote director Ron Clements in a declaration to the court. To support arguments that it created the movie on its own, Disney also submitted documents regarding the origin and development of Moana, including story ideas, pitch materials, written research, travel journals, and scripts. And the screenplay for Bucky has been registered with the Writers Guild of America and the US Copyright Office, granted protection for the material, which was actually re-upped as well in 2014. So this is a pretty strong case, actually. The initial judgment was, it was going to go to a jury trial. So this is a pretty strong case. It was a strong case. It's even stronger now because they made Moana 2. So funny. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Where do you sit on this? This is heavily comical. So let me know what you think down below. I'd love to hear. Cheers, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye-bye now.